Hey, water signs Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, Ascendant, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising, and to those of you that are cross watching as well. In today's reading, we are going to take a look and see what message does your person have for you. Okay, so what is it that they may be holding on to that they do want to share with you, but for one reason or another, they're holding back. Okay, so maybe take some time, pause the video if you have to, and just think of your person, and this will be the message or the messages that they want to share with you. Having said that, it is going to be a general reading, so just guys, please also be mindful of that. If you're after a personal reading with myself, my email address is going to be listed just below the video where the show more section is. Otherwise, let's go ahead and let's get started with the reading. So what is it that your person wants to share with you? What is it that they want to tell you, but maybe they're holding back or they're afraid to share with you? Okay. There's definitely this energy of them holding back. There's this energy of them keeping to themselves. Could have something to do with the fact that your person may be very self-contained, someone who's very withdrawn. Could have something to do with the current timing. With regards to your connection, maybe this is you're going through at a point in your connection, your relationship, where you guys are a bit disconnected. You're not really talking to one another. You're not really, vibing with each other. You're out of alignment, not necessarily on the same wavelength nor the same, vibrational frequency. That might be what's coming across. But it feels like with your person's energy, the 10 of Wands, this is someone who doesn't share things very openly and very easily. This is someone who likes to play their cards very close to their chest. There's also such a it's almost this energy of paranoia, insecurity, or fear with your person's energy. They could be keeping things from you that they don't necessarily want you to find out. Why is that? Well, potentially what this means that you could see them in a different way. Okay, suddenly you might see them differently and you might judge them for whatever it is that they're holding on to. You might see them in a complete different light. You might not necessarily be as impressed with them and the situation. It might change things between the two of you. It may potentially ruin their chances with you. It may potentially, sabotage the connection. There's definitely some, look, you can call it secrets, you can call it some information. I do think it's something that you deserve to know, but they're holding back from you. There could be someone else as well in the picture. Okay, they may be attached to someone else, they may be seeing someone else, they may be talking to someone else. There could be also holding space for someone else in their life. So if this is someone who, because I feel like there's a bit of inconsistencies, right, in the energies. Your person is not necessarily consistent with what they say and what they do. So if you find that your individual is a bit of a fluctuating energy, someone who comes in and out, someone who's a bit hot and cold, if you find that sometimes this relationship, it's on and then it's off again, you're a thing and then you don't know what this is, that could have a lot to do with the fact that this person hasn't necessarily made up their mind and they are tossing up between yourself and someone else. So they're kind of like on the fence about things, and they don't necessarily want you to know because it might potentially ruin chances with you. It might potentially ruin and hinder the connection that they have with you, even though ironically they're not necessarily giving your connection or even this other side connection that they may have going on like 100% of their time, 100% of their energy as well. So I'm also seeing that I feel like their close family or friends know what this is that they keep from you. Okay, but I feel like this person is scared. It could have something to do with their past, though. So in the past, they may have been someone who has cheated, someone who has not necessarily been loyal. So they may have been unfaithful and disloyal to their previous partner. And that's not to say that they will do it again, but they may have that history there. And if you find this out, even though you deserve to know, right? If you find this out, you may see them differently, okay? And it might potentially put you in a state of hesitation or even like paranoia. So I feel like there's something here that they know they should tell you, but they're scared, they're afraid. Because death here, it brings in this really strong energy of like them being afraid to open themselves up to you, them being afraid to share their thoughts, their feelings with you, them being afraid for you to really know what's going on with them. There is a bit of a scattered like energy with your person, there is. And I feel like with your person, I don't think you're the only choice that they have going on right now. Especially, this is especially true if you find that your person is not 100% committed to this relationship or committed to growing this connection, okay? Because if they were, you'd see a lot more, I guess you'd see a lot more action, a lot more, effort on their part. So how little or how much effort they put into this connection is a very strong indication of just how much they value this relationship and how much they value this connection. So your person feels like they're a little bit, they have options, they have choices. They may potentially be holding space in their life for an ex to come back, or for someone that they knew from the past to come back and re-enter the picture. I feel like there is someone here. I feel like there's you, there's them, and there's someone else. It feels like there's not just two people involved in this reading. I'm also seeing that, with your person, like sometimes they really want to pursue this, okay? Sometimes they're like all in, and they really want to pursue this, and like they're really set on you, they're really keen on growing and building this connection further. And then other days they're not so sure. Other days they wake up and they're not sure, like they don't see where it's going, or they don't see if this is long term. I'm also picking up a bit of flighty energy with them, so they feel a little bit restless, a little bit unsettled in the energy. Could have something to do with the fact that this person is not potentially ready for a relationship, okay? That's not to say they're not capable of long-term commitment, they're not capable of, entering into a serious, loving relationship. Nothing like that. They just don't have the time for one, okay? And even though this person might want to pursue a relationship with you, they themselves deep inside know that they cannot give it 100%. They cannot give it their full, undivided attention and their energy, which is why, and it's like, if you're asking yourself, okay, so if they know that they, can't apply themselves 100%, why bother in the first place? Well, they're torn, they're conflicted, because they do want this, it's just they don't think they're capable of this. So hence the on and off, the up and down, or the inconsistencies, right? I'm also seeing that they may have potentially, they're a flighty energy, so someone who's feeling a little bit restless. They may have fears as well about entering into a relationship. Maybe this person has really been hurt before. There could be a lot of, like, they may not have grown up in a very stable emotional environment or upbringing. They've not had a lot of stability in their life, so whether they're aware of it or not, they tend to then seek out partners or relationships that are then unstable, right? Or unstable, what's the word? So, and they may be doing it like on a subconscious level. They might not even be aware of it, but this is something that they've been programmed or conditioned to due to their upbringing, right? I'm also seeing movement. I feel like this person has plans, or this person does move around for work a lot. They may travel. They have plans to travel. I feel like they may even if they don't have plans now, I feel like this is someone who may potentially end up living overseas or at a distance from you. I'm also seeing that maybe you guys are doing for some of you, this is a long distance relationship. And if this is the case, if you guys are doing long distance here, your person, even though they may want this, your person doesn't feel like, the success rate on this is very high. They just feel like long distance relationships are very difficult to maintain, and they just feel like it is a lot of work and it's a lot of effort, but this is how they feel. But I don't see them necessarily sharing it with you, and I feel like they're really burdened by some of the thoughts in their feelings. They're keeping it to themselves, but at the same time they feel guilty, because if they tell you, they don't want to start putting things in your head, and maybe they feel like this is just something that they're feeling, and this feelings, is going to go away, and they're going to stop feeling whatever it is that they're feeling now, that, that insecurity or that fear or that just kind of anxious, unsettled kind of energy. So maybe this person is just trying to wait it out, ride it out, I guess. But I do see that they, if this is long distance, or if this person has plans to travel for work or, for other purposes, that is that's a concern for them, because they feel like there's going to be so much travel and so much movement for you, and they know that they won't be able to grow and build this connection in the way that the both of you would want for it to go in. Seven of Cups, like there's choices, and that might not necessarily mean that there's, or there's options. It might not necessarily mean that you're just another, one of the many choices. It could mean that, they are, even though they do have a connection with you, they're still very much active on like social media or dating apps. They're still talking to someone else or even talking to an ex. Could be that they might even be in a committed relationship with someone else, or it could be that this person is a bit of a crossroads, and they're finding it difficult to decide whether they engage in this relationship with you, or whether like work is such a big it's such a big focus for them. So for some of them, they might feel like work has a lot of their attention and has a lot of their energy, and they don't think that it might not be in their best interest now to pursue a relationship. It's just it's not a priority, it's not on their radar right now. But again, instead of telling you this outright, I feel like this person is a little bit, they don't, at the same time, I feel like they also don't want to hurt you. They don't want to lead you on. They don't want you to get upset. So I feel like this person is keeping things to themselves. Yes, it's a way to protect them, but it's also a way to protect you. It's a way to protect your energy. But I do see movement. And look, the movement could be in the sense that, and I think the reason why I keep mentioning this whole movement, because I think, and I know it's not what a lot of you will probably want to hear, but I think this movement is essentially going to create a distance, okay? A physical or even emotional distance for you and this person, or it already has. So even if you're the one who's traveling or got plans to travel, I feel like that might potentially end up separating the two of you, because I feel like you potentially might end up going different ways, okay? And this person knows it, or you know it, but despite that, I feel like despite that, they still want to make it work, but I just feel like there's been some inconsistencies, and there's been some ups and downs. I feel like it's important for the both of you to maybe talk about it, especially if you're feeling this way, especially if this resonates. It's important for the two of you to, talk through things, because I feel like communication, if you just open yourselves up, and if you just, talk with a sense of truth and transparency, I think it'll help. It'll help it'll help the both of you see the bigger picture, and it'll help put things into perspective for the both of you. Alright guys, and these are your messages. Thank you guys for watching and listening. Please show your support by liking, sharing and subscribing to the channel. Bye!